it starts, this particular wall starts there and it ends down there. Started in 2014. I had my first diagnosis of breast cancer. And then here, I'll get up. So this is the MRI of my breast cancer. And then in 2017, it metastasized into the spine of my neck. And then 2 years later, in 2019, it metastasized into the cerebellum of my brain, here. So this is 8 years. 8 years. And this one was taken about a month and a half ago. So I really waited to be sure. I've been cancer free for 3 years. And awesome. Literally, this is September, October is 3 years, like right now. And that is farther than I have gotten since 2014. So 3 years I've surpassed just by days. So it's a good day.
So how many years? Because 3 years and 3 diagnoses, right?
Yep.
So you hit the first, and then the second. How many years in between?
So it was 3 years between 1 and 2,
Okay.
which is why now I'm just past 3 years. So I can breathe like a little extra breath, right?
Okay.
And then between 2 and 3 was 2 years. So now that I'm past 3, I've hit a record.
Good.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
What did you have? Chemo, radiation? What did you have?
Yeah. All three diagnoses. I had surgery to have the tumor removed. I had radiation and I had chemotherapy 3 times. So if you've never gone through any of those sort of things, radiation. This is what radiation. This is a radiation machine, right? So this is how radiation is delivered. If you are going to have radiation from your neck up, this is how they do it. They build a mask. They build here. So when I had it in my spine and when I had it in my brain, they build a hard shell mask so that they can line up that laser the same way every time. And then if it's breast cancer, it's from your neck down, they give you little tattoos. They put little dots, like freckles, and that's how they line it up. So of course, nobody wants to do that on their face. So they build you a mask. It's just, yeah. Chemo is annoying if you've ever been through it. There we go. That's chemotherapy, right? Here, chemotherapy. I still have my port. That, if you've ever had a port for chemotherapy, that's a milestone. Getting that out, that you celebrate. So I'm looking forward to that soon. And yeah.
You're very inspiring. You really are.
Thanks.
Could you elaborate on day 1 is the picture of you 1, 2, 3 from the left if we're sitting here.
Day 1?
Yes, that's when you got your diagnosis. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3. Yes, the one next to it.
This is before any
Right.
surgery. That's before any surgery.
And so what made you want to document this from day 1?
Well, the real reason that I document anything is because of my dad, who is on the iPad. My dad is also one of my photographers. Not these ones. I live in LA, he lives in Chicago, but he's a photographer. And I'm not sure that I would have been the type of person that enjoys documenting things if I didn't have a photographer who documented things for a living. And I was raised to believe that even inopportune times might become important memories. And I work in the entertainment industry in LA, and everything could make a movie. Anything could be a great movie. And so, whether it was going to the dentist or documenting cancer, that's what I was raised to do and enjoy doing. And this just became, I can't say it got out of control, but it became much more than I ever thought it would. Because I was doing it just for me. But now I want to do it for anybody. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
It might be really vague, but like, well, how was the mental journey of all of this? Because 8 years is a long time.
it was, the way I explain it in my book is that it was surprisingly similar reactions every time. I got the news,
Okay.
I cried for about half an hour, and then I sprung into action, and I grieved, I planned, and I prepared. And it got easier every time, not harder. Once I could convince myself that I'm not gonna die, whether I was right or wrong, I could figure out what I needed to do and do it
Yeah.
and move on. You
That's
know,
awesome.
not keep grieving for myself and for my loved ones. And it just, and it like I said, it got easier. You sort of think it would get harder, but it didn't. It got more annoying, which I think people, unless you've been through it, it's annoying. Cancer's annoying. You know, once you get past the fear, it's really just the most annoying thing you'll probably ever have to deal with. So, you know, I try to say some people go, you know, must be crazy, ridiculous. And it's like, no. Because most cancer patients all go through the same things. Maybe not all the same things, but you know, everything is similar. And that's normal. It's not crazy. It's not ridiculous. But it is annoying. Every bit of it. And then it's over. And then it's okay. Now what?
So when you say annoying, explain annoying. What was it annoying
The doctor's appointments. The who's gonna drive you. The scans. The people, everybody has an opinion. Sometimes you want to be left alone. Sometimes you don't want to be left alone. How do you convey that? How do you walk loved ones through it? How strong do you feel in a certain day? How weak do you feel another day? How do you explain, is a symptom really a symptom or not? And after a while, you know, chemo can last months. You don't just go once. You go every week or numerous times, couple times a week or every other week. Who's gonna drive you? What are you gonna do afterwards? Do you need to entertain these people, like your friends that bring you? Do you need to have a coloring book? You know, do you need to be awake to chat them up? Can you fall asleep? How do you go to the bathroom when you're hooked up to it? You know, all those little things. And
Annoying's a good word.
And it's right, and it's okay. Like that's what I want people to know, right? Like it's okay to be annoyed. right? You can be sad, you can be scared, you can be angry, you can be all those things. But it is also okay to just be really annoyed. Because it is annoying.
Also sounds very invasive.
Yeah.
Every